Welcome to the Garage USA. I'm Jonathan Brinke, and today I'm at my brother's shop where he's going to be replacing the AC compressor and condenser on this Jeep Liberty. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm at my brother's shop, and it's been a while since I've been out here. He has made a few changes on the Liberty. He's given it a lift and done a few other things on here, but we will go ahead and give you a complete walk around on a future episode, updating you on the project itself. Today he is replacing the AC compressor and condenser on the Liberty.
I ended up having a small issue with the Liberty. That's actually from the compressor, like exploding or something in that realm. I'm not exactly sure. I've never actually seen this happen. So this compressor I did replace about 3 years ago. And so I guess now we're gonna go over doing a compressor, condenser, the filter, and one of the hoses, and do the back flushing on all of this, and kind of walk you through, for the most part, what we're doing. Yeah, you can even see, I'm not sure if you can see it here, but this is actually dropped. So this is in further than it was. It's definitely not good. The compressor does not sound happy.
You can also see scorch marks on that metal plate. That metal plate does have some discoloration.
Yeah,
from heat.
the metal plate does have heat marks. That rubber isolator part shouldn't be melted like that. It's definitely not happy. It's definitely not good. But yeah, we're gonna tear this down and kind of film as we go. All right, so here's where we're at. Got all this pulled, so the line's there. Got the filter pulled. The line's going to the evaporator. Airbox is obviously pulled for clearance. So I still need to get the condenser out because that is going to be replaced, especially seeing how that the AC compressor completely exploded. I don't want to take any chances and have a new AC compressor go bad because I'm still not sure what happened. But I definitely do know that when I was shining my light in there, I had some glowing all along in here, and it actually even, I got some freon in here from when it blew out, which we'll see if that has any long-term effect on my alternator. Never had one blow out like this, so I don't really know. So yeah, so that's where we're at. And I'm going to continue onwards. All right, so I got my evaporator and the lines that I'm keeping back flushed. Have my handy dandy little flush tool right there. These are nice to have if you're doing any AC work. Get yourself a flush can. Yep, and these are all nice and clean and dry. I still need to get the condenser out. I do have the compressor out. I might actually tear that down to see where the point of failure was. And yeah, now we're gonna start getting the condenser out. So it definitely looks like this thing, the bearing failed. Like there should be more bearings in here, like on this side. This would be the thrust washer, or what is left of it. This looks like it got pretty hot and like completely died. There should be friction material since this is a clutch. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Looks like it's probably this dust along here. So yeah, I think we found a good portion of the failure. It is definitely missing some bearing material and clutch material. That sounds great. All right. There's that. All right, so I have my condenser out, and obviously, of course, the whole front of the vehicle has to come off to do that. This is actually the power steering cooler. So I focus on that. This is the power steering cooler. I actually added that. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. All of my wiring that I added for lights actually comes off with the header panel. Yeah, so now I'm going to put in the condenser, which will drop in here. There's the transmission cooler. We're going to put in the condenser now. So I ran into I guess you could say, a small issue. So these are the two studs that I got with this condenser. This guy, which threads into the holes. It's hard to do one-handed. Really hard to do one-handed. And then this guy, which I guess would pass, so if you want to pass it through both holes, this is the guy to use. I do want to get this thing together, so I will figure something out. Either I'm going to find another stud, or I'm going to use a bolt or something. I'll figure something out. So I got all that sorted out. Took this off of the old filter, AC filter, and got that threaded in, cleaned it up as much as I could, which it would have been fine either way. This is bolted in. This guy, just need to throw the bolts in. I already have this guy bolted in. I'm about ready to throw the whole front back together. I'm not exactly sure where I left off. So previously on putting the AC in the Jeep, I got the grill on. So the header panel. The header panel is installed, and from here, I now need to get the compressor on. All the lines are blown out, so I'll be putting the lines back in. And I do need to check my cabinet to see if I have enough Freon, because honestly, I don't even really know if I have enough Freon. That might end up being another day to put the Freon in. So, now we're going to get the rest of this assembled. So, half of the oil, the PAG 46 oil, goes into the filter, and then the other half will go actually into the compressor. Now the compressor, this one came with 7 ounces of oil in it. According to the directions, drain out the oil, fill it with half of the fill capacity of the oil. So it's 8 ounces of the total fill capacity. We're doing 4 ounces in the compressor, 4 ounces in the filter dryer, for the total of 8 ounces. So we're going to run it down to a complete vacuum, so right about -30. That needs to run for a half an hour to get everything out. Then everything gets closed off. And after you close everything off, you need to let it sit for about 15 minutes, which it needs to maintain a vacuum. Otherwise, I need to investigate further as to why I'm losing vacuum. Pump is pulling a vacuum at -30. And now the wait begins. All right, so it's been about a half an hour. I got the two valves on the manifold closed so we can still see the gauges, turn the pump off, and now we're going to wait about 15 minutes and we'll see if this holds a vacuum. All right, we're at 15 minutes. We're still at -30 for vacuum, so that's absolutely perfect. We have no leaks in this system. Now I'm gonna get it prepared so I can put Freon in this. This thing takes like 22 ounces of Freon. I'm gonna have to actually look at that. I take that back. It's 20 ounces of Freon. So I'll show you how that's done. Alright, so it's running, we're pulling in Freon. Gauges are looking pretty good so far. The next can will be I'll show you how to do the next can. Alright, so the AC system is charged. Blows nice cold air. We just have a little bit of buttoning up to do. I actually have to replace one of the lights on the bumper, so I'm not going to be putting the bumper together right now because I need to do some electrical on the light that's attached to it. But yeah, it is good to go besides for the light.
I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd like to thank you for watching The Garage USA. I'm Jonathan Brinke, and I'll see you next time.